Hey guys, so welcome back to welcome to Storytime with T. Welcome to topic number 38. So, right before this video, I talked about evolution. So if you didn't listen to that video, go check that video out before this one. Also, before this video, that video has a lot to do with this video. So today we're going to talk about why do we die? This is a widely talked about question, but not understood question. Why? What is the reason that we die? Why do we have to die? Why can't we just live here forever? There's many reasons as to why we die anyways, but the main reason I want people to understand is the reason why we die is, well, we have to understand before we ask that question, what is the main purpose of our existence? So one main reason for our existence is to simply love, but within love is a lot of things to understand, and which is what we're trying to understand today. For example, there wasn't that much love in slavery. There wasn't that much love in the Holocaust and all those different, horrible tragedies that happened in the past. There wasn't that much love in the past, and love wasn't really understood. Well, it wasn't understood, so it wasn't taught. So, for example, I want to give an example, to go along with the question, why do we die? We shouldn't be afraid of death, because, I'm going to give an example, scientists I'm not downing scientists or anything like that. I'm just trying to, scientists don't know everything. We don't know everything, but scientists are wrong about, death and things. And for example, water is a simple element, yet again, not that simple of an element on earth that we all need as human beings. But what people don't understand is that when you research, if you go on Google and type in what is water, and we all know and have been taught in science class that water is H2O. And H2O is a chemical. Water is a chemical. But what scientists' mind don't understand, that part of the mind that they don't understand, is that we are listening to scientists and everyone saying to ourselves, say, water is a chemical. Now, water is something that's good. It's an element that's good for all of us. Obviously, it keeps us, all living. But water is also a bad thing. And what I'm trying to say is that we are made of 60% or something like that. So I think it's 60% water. But it's kind of like saying we're made of, well, it's like we're saying we're made of 60% chemicals. And I want to break down the word chemical. Again, before this video, I talked about evolution. And actually, the truth is that evolution is in everything. And now we're talking about chemicals. But the word chemical, scientists don't understand that you have to split that word into two parts. In this case, water is a good chemical. And there is a such thing as a good chemical because water is good. No scientist or no doctor or nobody's going to deny that water isn't a good thing. But people will deny that water is a bad thing. And what I mean is that people have to understand that a chemical is something that can be good, but also be bad. But you can think of the word chemical as like the word transgender or transition. Or you can think of the word chemical as the example I gave before this video where I talked about transgenders and the evolution thing. The word chemical, in this case, talking about water, is a good chemical, but you can think of the term good chemical like sex. The sex, like we have two sexes, male and female, and underneath the good chemical is a bad chemical, but that bad chemical is not 100% bad, because within that bad chemical is a good chemical, which is the biological structure of water. So, for example, like I talked in the last video, how we have two sexes, biological male and a biological female, and underneath each of those biological sexes is a gender. For a male, it'll be a female. For a female, it'll be a male. Now, when a male chooses to want to be a female, they transition to a female. They won't be completely a female. They won't be 100% female. They'll be half female and half whatever their original biological sex was. And that works with, that's where all the confusion comes in. When people say, oh, that trans female is not a female. They are a female. They're just not completely a female. And people have trouble understanding that there are two forms or two sides of everything. But anyways, so think of the word good chemical as, like the example I just gave about sex. So the good chemical is the sex, and the gender of the good chemical is the bad chemical. Now, within the bad chemical is not completely a bad chemical. It's half bad and half good. That part that's half good is the good chemical. That biological structure will never ever change. So now that science has also put in that water can be purified, and that doesn't make any sense. When you purify something that the word pure means one thing, so something is pure good, pure bad. Water is a good chemical, but it's not a pure element. It's not a pure good chemical. It is a half and half good and half good and half bad chemical. So water isn't pure in nature, and we can't purify water completely. It's not possible. It's not meant to be pure. So, so back to the question, why did we die? Within that question, we are basically composed of death. So, we we are composed of, a chemical, and chemical, like I said, people don't understand there's two sides to everything. And I hope people understand what I'm trying to say, but a chemical, eventually in this world, things aren't meant to last forever. And in this world, for example, this topic we're talking about is chemicals. In this world, nothing in this world is pure. It's not one thing that's good. So, and scientists and everybody would know that, water is a good thing. We can drink water, but we can't drink too much water because we can die. And so if water was pure, like scientists say, or they say they can purify water, that doesn't make sense. If water was pure, we will be able to drink it as much as we want of it in a short amount of time. It doesn't matter. We can drink as much as we want if it's pure water, if it's purely good water, and it's not. And nothing in this world is completely 100% pure. Everything, you can have a car that you just bought on the market, and it's going to assume you can keep that car up or whatever, and it doesn't matter how good you keep that car up. It's not a pure physical element. There's some, now a brand new car is good, but within that brand new car is something bad because it's not pure. The form of physical things aren't pure. Not saying they're not good. I'm saying they're not going to last long. It's not meant to, because we're meant to do really three things: love, learn, and grow. So this world was invented by, the spirit world, so we can learn, so we can love it, most importantly, which is not what we're doing, and learn and to grow. So, so basically, not trying to scare anyone, but we're made of water, which is a chemical, which is a good thing and a bad thing, which means that we're going to die regardless of what science is trying to do. You can't extend life because, you can't extend life to the point where we're going to live forever. That's impossible because we're made up of chemicals. We drink chemicals. We eat chemicals. Chemicals are in food. We breathe chemicals. Oxygen is a chemical. It's a good chemical, but it's also a bad chemical. So basically, we are, walking death things. The world is, death is in us and death is around us. So, okay, so I said that. Okay, so basically, jumping back to the question, the main reason why we die, so we can, just remember these three things. The reason why we die is so that we can love this world and love each other, and to also learn about this world and grow with each other and grow within love and stuff and that kind of stuff. That's the reason why this world was invented. This world is like the second heaven. And if you look at the natural world, well, if minus the roads, minus the human being structures, the natural world is the trees and the mountains and the sky and the clouds. You know, people say that this is hell on earth, but really this is truly heaven. This is our second heaven. This is actually heaven. People don't understand that. The natural world is beautiful. And we all think the natural world is beautiful because it's heaven. Nature is peaceful. You know, it doesn't have any drama in it. It's just peace. You know, nature gives us peace because it is truly peace. Now, nature in this world isn't pure because things in this world die, but it is a peaceful thing. As we look at nature, look at the trees, it gives us calming nature because nature is a higher frequency, but it's still a lower frequency because it's in this physical world. But nature is, you know, a peaceful element. We are the ones, as human beings, are the ones that are creating drama and just destroying, you know, what could be good for all of us. You know, nature is here to also be our teacher. We're not supposed to just be our own teachers. So I just want to say that, and I don't know what I'm talking about in the other video, but I'll come back with another video, and I might have it tied to this one. I'm not sure yet. Oh yeah, so okay, so I'm trying to talk about that. Okay, so I want to say really quickly that people in this world, it's a little bit off topic, but then again, it's not. Also, as advice, when you are in the world and you want to do good things for people, do not expect to get rewards or blessings because you're doing a good thing. Because when you do good things for people, seeing a person smile on their face or them thank you or them, you know, those kind of things are blessings and are rewards. So doing good things is enough, you know, and you shouldn't expect any reward or any blessings, because if you do expect a reward or a blessing for doing something good, then you have a lot to learn. So I just had to add that in there, and I'll see you guys next time on the next video.